Hey, what is up guys, it's Yugioh here, and today's video is going to be a spoiler video and a sneak peek guide for the latest release of Yu-Gi-Oh!, the latest booster pack. So let's get started, and if you want to support me, please subscribe to the channel and consider backing me on PayPal if just you want me to continue providing some good content for this channel. So let's get started by starting off in this Reddit page, in which we got the full Dark Neostorm set list, so subdivided for the rarities as well. So we got the secret rares, Material, Nightmare Incarnation Italy, Omni Dragon Bro Tower, Ghost Sister and Spooky Dogwood, which is the new hand trap, Eve the World Chalice Justicior, Mech Knight, Crusadia Avermax, Cynet Mining, and Cherubini Ebon Angel of the Burning Abyss. So finally the BA Link Master is here. Then as ultra rares we got Firewall Exceed Dragon, Jinjirsu, War Gears Theological of Demiurgy, Salaman Great, Recurrence, War Legacy Monstrosity, Danger, Excitement, Mystery, Valkyrie, Erda, and Brace, Number XX, Utopic Dark Infinity, and Mermail Abysslacia. So as expected, at least for me, the BA and the Mermaid Master, Link Master came out in the same booster pack here in TCG. Then as super rares, we got the Destiny Hero Dominance, Super Quantum Mech Beast Lusterex, Neo Super Quantum Mech King Blaster Magna, Fusion Destiny, Mayakashi Winter, Dirge of the Lost Dragon, Mystic Mine, Orcus Crescendo, Chainhole, Crackdown, Logs Flame, Number 5, Pendulum Hold, and Memories of Hope. Then we got a bunch of rares and the common, which I will not read in here, but in here, because this is also a sneak peek guide for you, and I want to show you also the pictures of these monsters. So let's get started with the Firewall Guardian, which is a level 4 Dark Cyber's Effect monster with a huge defense, so still nice for the sneak peek, of course. If this card is sent to the graveyard as link material for link summon of a Cyber's monster, you can special summon this card by banish it when it leaves the field. When an attack is declared involving your link monster and your opponent link monster, you can banish this card from the graveyard, negate that attack, and if you do, the opponent's monster attack becomes 0 this turn. Also, the opponent's monster becomes unaffected by card effects this turn except its own. Then we got the Greed Sweeper, which is another 2k defense, so you can consider it. While a field spell is face up on the field, you can special summon this card from your hand. You can banish this card from your graveyard, and one link monster you control destroy one card your opponent's control, which is pretty cool, actually, also in the sneak peek. Then new Salaman Great stuff, which is technically for the archetype, so you can consider this in the sneak peek because it is 1600 of attack. Then we got the Overflow Dragon, which is a level 1. When a monster on the field is destroyed by a card effect, you can special summon this card from your hand, which is pretty busted in the sneak peek. Then if this effect was activated because 2 or more monsters on the field were destroyed by that effect, special summon 1 token as well, so pretty cool. Then the Altergeist Fifinalug. Your opponent cannot target Altergeist monster you control for attacks or re-effects except itself, so pretty much useless. Dino Wrestlers, so some new Dino Wrestlers also in here. Escrimamenci, 22,000 of attack. If you control Dino Wrestler monster, you can normal summon this card without tributing. If your opponent special summons a monster during your turn, and this card is in your graveyard, you can target one level 4 or lower Dino Wrestler monster in your graveyard, special summon it, and then add this card to your hand. Then we got the Coil Ocelot. If you control no monsters, you can special summon this card, but it cannot be used as material for link summon of a link monster except a Dino Wrestler one. So this one is pretty cool for the sneak peek. It gives you much more presence on the field, of course. Then we got a Dino Wrestler Marshall Anga. If a Dino Wrestler monster you control battles a monster whose attack is greater than or equal to its own during damage calculation, you can send this card from your hand to the graveyard, and your battling monster cannot be destroyed by that battle. Also the end of the damage step and the battle phase. Once per turn during the end phase, if this card is in your graveyard because it was sent there this turn to activate its own effect, and your opponent controls more monsters than you can special summon this card. Then Destiny Hero Draw Guy, that's cool for the heroes. Psy Reflector, level 1 Psychic Tuner effect monster. This card is a normal special summon. You can add from your deck to your hand one Assault Mode activate, or one card that specifically lists the card Assault Mode activated in its text, except itself. You can reveal one Assault Mode activate in your hand, then target one monster in your graveyard that specifically lists the card Assault Mode in its text, special summon it, and if you do, increase its level by up to 4. Assault Sniper. You can tribute this card for the rest of this turn. You cannot special summon monster from the extra deck, except Synchro monsters. So pretty hard to utilize in the sneak peek. Then we got some new TG monster, Halberd Cannon Assault Mode, and there is also Assault Mode support actually here. This is a 45. This is crazy, and must be special summoned by Assault Mode activate. Pretty cool. Then a new Super Quantum, and there is also the reprint of the red layer, and this is the white layer that works with the other Super Quants. So I think, and Fairy Alpha of course, so I don't think it will be useful for the sneak peek. Maybe just for the statistics can be cool. Then Neo Flamvell Lady, which is a level 4 for 1600. You can send one fire monster from your hand to the graveyard, then target a card in your opponent's graveyard, banish it. If a card is banished from your opponent's graveyard while this card is in your monster zone, you can send one fire monster from your deck to graveyard, except this. So pretty useless, I guess, in here. Then Philo Messenger Full Hire, this support for the Full Hire, support for Mayakashi, the new Nightmare Monster, so you can special summon this through your Nightmare Mermaid, but I don't think it can be useful for the sneak peek because it's 2 tributes and not so huge stats. Then we got the Mardark War Legacy Guard Dragon. You can banish 2 normal monsters from your hand and or graveyard, special summon this card from your hand. Monsters your opponent controls lose 500 attack and defense for each dragon monster you control. If this card on the field is destroyed by battle card effect, you can add one level 9 monster from your graveyard whose original type and attribute are different from these cards. So if we will see some vanilla in here, I suggest you to run this as well. Then we got the Deus Ex Crawler, which is brand new support for the crawlers as well. Then the Dragon Larvor, which is basically another little Firewall dragon, as you can see here. If a monster you control is destroyed by battle or opponent's card effect, you can special summon this card from the graveyard, which is really cool. And if you do banish it when it leaves the field, of course. If this card is special summon, you can target one face-up monster on the field, discard one, and if you do, add to your hand one monster from your deck with that target's type and attribute but a different name. Pretty cool for the sneak peek. Suggested. Then we got the Chaos Betrayer. While this card is in your graveyard, you can banish one light and one dark monster from your graveyard, except itself. Special summon this card in defensive position, but banish it when it leaves the field. If this card is special summon, you can target one card in your opponent's graveyard, banish it. Pretty cool as well. Loud Cloud, the Serpentine Storm, level 5 water reptile. You can banish one fire monster from your graveyard, then target one monster your opponent controls, destroy the monster, and if you do, this card gains attack equal to destroyed monster original attack. And then you can banish one wind monster from your graveyard, then target one card your opponent's spell and trap zone, destroy it. Then we got this XYZ Slide Dolphin, which is for the Shark basically deck, which runs a lot of XYZ monsters. Useful here. Then the Witch Starling, which people thought that would have been the new Level Eater just because of the artwork, but actually this card just changes its own level based on which column you summon it. Then we got the new Hand Trap, which will be a secret rare, as I showed you before in here. So new Hand Trap that allows you to activate this when the opponent special summons something, if I remember well, and then from that moment when the opponent just summons something on the field, you will gain life points equal to the attack of the monster that the opponent summons. So it's basically like a max C card in which you put the opponent in a weird position in which it doesn't know if it has to continue the combo and give a lot of life points to the opponent, or just stop the combo in order to don't let the opponent to gain so much life points. The huge problem with this is that it doesn't allow you to draw cards, so it's not as powerful as Maxi. And if you're running kind of like a deck that doesn't allow the opponent to play Yugioh in first turn, just with a huge lockdown, it doesn't matter if you gain life points because you cannot go over the opponent's board in any way. So it can be useful sometimes, but not one of the best hand traps, I guess, but still pretty cool, and can have, of course, some interactions with some decks that benefit from gaining life points. Then we got the Handy Gallop. Cannot attack directly, okay, it's a 0. And gains attack equal to the difference between your life points and your opponent's. While your life points is higher than your opponent's, you take any battle damage your opponent will have taken from battles involving this attacking card instead. Why? Maju Kaiser Gazette. Wow. Must be special summon from your hand by attributing 3 monsters, which is not a good idea in the sneak peek. This card's attack becomes the total original attack of one monster attributed to special summon it. Your opponent cannot activate the card's effect during the battle phase. So, not good, I guess. Not in the sneak peek at least, because you need presence on the field. You need the card advantage on the field, and attributing 3 in order to have a huge beat stick is not suggested. Then we got the Low Cupid. Cannot be destroyed by battle except with a monster that has a level higher than these cards. Once per turn during your standby phase, you can increase these card levels by 1. This is pretty cool and really strong, I guess, especially in the sneak peek. Then we got this picture of the incantations all together, which is a ritual monster, so I don't think you can summon this. You need incantation celebration to summon this, so we will see if it's in here, something to summon this. Then we got the Dino Wrestler Fusion, which requires 1 Dino Wrestler Link monster plus another Dino Wrestler, so not usable. Destiny Hero Dominate Guy, such a weird name. Then we got the Armarduk, the War Chalice Guard Dragon. 3 Link monsters to summon, okay, now. Altergeist Dragvirion, and Altergeist Synchro, fine. Giga Spinosavate, which is the Synchro Dino Wrestler monster. Why, Konami, why are you doing this? Heap the War Chalice Miko. This requires 1 tuner, 1 tuner, okay, this one is pretty viable and pretty much awaited. If this card is Synchro Summon, you can add 1 War Legacy card from the deck to your hand. If this Synchro Summon card is sent to the graveyard, you can special summon 1 War Chalice monster from your deck or graveyard except itself. Then we got the Firewall Exceed Dragon, which seems to work pretty well with cards like Firewall Dragon, which means that Konami is gonna unban Firewall Dragon sooner or later, maybe with an errata. I guess yes. Let me know what do you think in the comments down below. I think that Firewall should receive an errata and will be a fine card if it becomes once per turn or twice per turn. This card states that this Exceed Summon card gains attack equal to the total link rating of the link monsters linked to it times 500. You can detach 2 materials from this card, then target 1 Link 4 Cyber's Link monster in your graveyard. You cannot special summon monsters or attack directly for the rest of this turn. Also special summon that monsters to your field, so it points to this card. So just want to summon the Firewall Dragon. Then we got the Super Quantal XYZ monster, pretty hard to do in the sneak peek. The Jinjutsu, the Orcus new card, which is really amazing and gives a boost to the Orcus engine and the overall Orcus strategy. Then the Madolce here, Teacher Glassouffle, not useful. Cyber's Reminder, 2 level 3 monsters, and that's it. So this is the first part of the video. In the second part we'll see the Link monsters. spell and trap cards. So that's it for today. I really hope you enjoyed this video. If you got some suggestions, please comment down below, leave a like and subscribe to the channel to support me, and consider backing me on PayPal. And see you in the next one.